Hello everybody and welcome. This is MFL Total Access. I'm William Power. We got a familiar face back from Greece and partying for those. I don't even know how long you were gone for, but it's good to have you back.
Too long for you, eh?
It was.
An extra weekend, you would have went through a depression.
I was already bawling, so I don't think it could have gotten any worse.
I think it's been the longest time you haven't been in this place.
Yeah, this is like
since I've known you, eh?
Bro, there's painting. There's new stuff in the building. I come in the building, the condo's painted. There's like as if I wasn't here for like 2 months.
Yeah, seriously. It's been almost a month though, eh?
Yeah, it's good to have you back.
It's good to be back.
Yes, for sure. We missed you at the fields.
Yeah.
I know you miss us a little bit more.
I'm gonna be there this Saturday almost all day.
Almost all day.
Yeah. I'm gonna be there for the next two. Actually, I have a wedding this Saturday. The last one of the year.
Bro, that's ridiculous.
I swear on my life, I have another wedding this Saturday. Next 2 Saturdays I'm there, and then I got some good news while I was in Greece. I got my operation date.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, you told me already.
Yeah.
That's true. That's awesome.
So September 20th is the big day.
Nice.
A lot sooner than I anticipated.
Yeah, that is great
Got some
news.
Connections and plugs.
Nice, my man.
That always helps. Special thanks to John and Jaff, who stepped up in my absence. 2 great shows.
Thank you.
And also a special thanks to you, who also stepped up with the editing of the videos, because you weren't do that shit, and now you did, and you did a really good job at it.
Thank you.
I don't remember you messing anything up.
No,
so
I didn't.
Pretty solid.
It wasn't stressful at all, and yeah.
And Jaff didn't help you this time.
No, this time he didn't help me either, so it's all good.
No, for real.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you.
There wouldn't have been a show if it wasn't for them two and you helping with the editing.
I appreciate the shout out and appreciate, like you said, both John and Jaff. I think it went smoothly. And they had some great input. And it was really fun doing the show without you for those 2 weeks.
No one let us know who they thought was better, though.
They didn't?
Yeah.
Maybe that's saying something.
Let us know if you're happy that I'm back.
We're happy that you're back regardless. We're happy that you're back. But it was you had a good time, eh?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it was pretty sick. My sister got married. I went to visit a couple of islands. Saw some friends that met up with us over there.
Nice.
Family members. A bunch of stuff.
There was a lot of TVVs, eh?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
A lot of everything.
Nice. Love Greece.
Yeah.
I haven't been to Greece, but I'd love to go to Greece.
You'll come next year with me.
Yeah, where was my invite?
I did invite you.
Yeah, that was
Your parents didn't let you come?
Yeah, okay.
It was too far.
It was kind of far. And it was a 6-hour difference. Or 7. 7.
Yeah.
So.
Anything else before we start the show? How is it everyone being at the same park besides Iron Wolves?
Yeah, Iron Wolves was secluded. It's awesome. I love being at the same park. So we're at Arthur Terrien for the first 6 weeks. John kind of explained to me the schedule. The first 6 weeks there, it was great. It was back to the old MFL, back to the old vibe. People chilling on the sideline. There's tents. There's barbecuing. It's a lot of good stuff.
Are we still doing the contest? Comment.
Now let's scratch that. Or we just do the second half of the season.
Why do we?
Do you want to continue it?
Well, I don't know. Did you mention it in the first 2 shows?
No.
I'm pretty sure John gave us the okay to do it again.
Well, if John gives us the okay, then probably is okay.
Okay, so mention it now.
Are we doing the same as last week? As last year?
Yeah.
Okay, so comment in the videos. The more you comment, the more chances you have. We're not going to do that, eh?
Yeah.
So per comment.
Well, max like 1 per video.
Yeah, max 1 per video. So you can't be like, you guys are awesome, and it'll be like 4.
Yeah.
So comment once per video, and you'll get a higher chance to win a half season off of MFL. Yeah. And we already had 2 winners so far. Hopefully we get a new winner this time. Although if Dave wins again, I'll be happy.
Well,
and if my new wins again, I'll be happy.
Dave never actually won.
That's true. Mrs. Evans won and gave it to Dave. Good call. Yeah. That'd be cool if Miss Evans won again.
Yeah, it would be.
But yeah, so we'll do 2, 1 halfway mark, and 1 afterwards. Believe it or not, we're almost at the halfway mark. I know that sounds weird, but we already have 3 weeks in the book.
Yeah.
So.
Not really close to half.
Well.
There's 11 weeks in the season.
Depends how you look at it.
I mean, any way you look at it.
I'd say it's pretty close.
This Sunday, we have a get-together?
Yes, this Sunday, 1 o'clock, we're meeting. Don't worry, we'll have televisions to be streaming the NFL games on. I forget where we're meeting, Terry. Champs. Where is it?
I'll look it up.
I think we'll post it.
It's already posted.
It's already posted?
Yeah.
Okay, and maybe Terry will probably post it on the YouTube video in the comment section.
Bar Champs on Saint Laurent Boulevard.
be there or be square. It'll be super fun. And yeah, we'll talk about MFL stuff, talk about NFL stuff. It'll be really good just to kind of get that vibe together, because we didn't have an end of season get together. Usually we do. This last season we didn't. So
Will and I weren't available, so we postponed it till now.
Yeah, John wasn't gracious enough to let us postpone it. Yeah. So we are available this Sunday.
We'll both be there.
We will both be there, September the 11th.
Your chance to get us talk to us.
100%, get some intel. And yeah, I'll be watching some NFL games too at the same time, so it'll be great. I already got the okay with John that one screen entirely will have the entire Dolphins game.
I mean, he might just bring a laptop and it'll be this screen size, you know?
Then I'm heading back home.
He said screen, he didn't say TV, he didn't say... What's it?
John, if that's the case, I'm getting my butt right back home.
I found it fishy how easily he agreed to your offer.
Yeah, I want a 52-inch minimum screen playing the Dolphins and the Patriots game at 1 o'clock. And yeah, so hope to see you guys there. I heard the food is good there.
Yeah, you heard that from who?
I kind of just made that up, but the food's probably good there. We'll have good people, and that's the most important.
I also wanted something else, but I forgot. Had to do with the league.
Distracted. You're so excited to see me.
Yeah, you just forgot. 100%. Anything else you wanted to say?
Let's see. It's been a crazy first 3 weeks in the MFL in terms of new faces in new places.
Yeah.
In terms of close games, in terms of high scoring games.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah. Before you forget.
I don't know. People want us to talk about them, right? But when there's a lot of new teams, a lot of new players in the league. If you want us to talk about you, you got to come talk to us, right?
Yeah.
Because we only talk about what we see. And for me, for example, I didn't see anything this past weekend, so we're going to rely on what Will saw.
Or the weekend before.
Yeah.
Or the weekend before.
Exactly. So if you want us to talk about you, like, just shoot us a message, DM us, write to us anywhere, and just be like, hey, my team won the game, but like the real story is this happened. Because sometimes we talk about games that we didn't see and we only go by the play-by-play, the box score, and it doesn't tell the real story. That's why we like more so talking about the games we actually saw, because we could see, like, okay, like, what was the turning point in that game? Was there a bad call? Did that catch was even more spectacular than it, like, you heard? So yeah,
and let's be honest, we don't usually look at the play-by-play.
No.
So yeah, so if someone wanted the last play of the game, you should probably let us know.
Yeah.
But we do our best. Yeah.
So we start with D1 or anything else?
I think that's pretty much it. Happy we're back all at the same field. It was really hot this Saturday.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. The Saturday before I found perfect. It was raining a little bit, but it was like chill.
Like a drizzle?
Yeah.
Like whole day drizzle? Or?
Yeah, like a drizzle-ish. But like not even the whole day. Like on and off type thing.
Okay.
That was kind of cool.
Okay.
But yeah, that's about it.
So D1?
D1.
Start with your game, Iron Nose Holy Trollers.
What did I tell you before the show?
Or let's start with just talking about the Holy Trollers in general.
Okay.
Missing the playoffs last season and being 3-0 with a plus 40 differential right now.
Yeah.
When they have almost a pretty different roster that they had in seasons past. A lot of their main guys that have been there for a lot of seasons are not there anymore, and they got some new faces that are not new to MFL, but new to the team.
Right. Like, Phil's not on the team at all.
Yeah.
JC, he's not in town. I don't think he's going to get his 5 games played.
I see he played 2 games, though.
Was it 2 or 1?
I see 2. Maybe I don't know.
Okay. He definitely missed the game against us this week, so he wasn't there. No Phil there. We don't expect Phil to play with them this season, but...
Is Josh hurt or something? Because he only played 1 game.
Josh played this weekend. No, I believe he was away. I could be completely wrong about that. But he played well in this game.
Crazy to see championship Andrew Grant and Jeremy Rooney joining this team.
I know.
After 18 decided to return. And both of them leading the way for the Trollers team right now, right?
Yes, 100%.
And Max, after 3 games, 20 touchdowns and no interceptions.
Yeah, it's pretty...
900 yards. Over 900 yards. So he's averaging over 300 yards a game. Over 6 touchdowns a game.
It's like having the best game of your life for 3 straight games. Really.
Yeah. This after missing the playoffs last season.
But Terry, like, we were shocked. They shouldn't have missed the playoffs last year. If you want me to tell you who shouldn't have made the playoffs, and they should have, like, it's hard to pick a team that shouldn't have, right?
Yeah.
So I say they should have made the playoffs, but that doesn't mean any of the 4 teams that made it shouldn't have. It just, this team is stacked. They're talented. They got one of the best quarterbacks in the league. And yeah, showing it right now. I was telling Max, like, on the sideline after our game that, like, I find him, he has 0 interceptions, and I find him a very difficult quarterback to intercept. As we would say, Steve is the best quarterback in the MFL. Me personally, I find it harder to play against Max in terms of intercepting his ball. He just doesn't throw balls that are interceptable, if that makes any sense.
I see what you mean.
He really didn't in this game. He did a great job distributing the ball. Andrew led the way with 100 yards, but only on 5 catches. Jeremy got his fair share of catches. And something I want to say is Sean Haney, Terry, hasn't been used in this offense as much as he has been in years past in D1 and in D2. But when the game is on the line, Max is going to Sean, and it was no different in this game. He caught a post, kept both feet, a post route.
Really?
Yeah, a post route. I believe it was like at the 8 or 9 yard line. At that point, there was like less than a minute to go in the game. I believe it was 3rd down, super crucial. Whenever the game is in doubt, Max trusts anyone on this team. He could go to Andrew, he could go to Max, he could go to Manu, he could go to Jeremy, he could go to a bunch of guys. But I think when it comes down to crunch time, and you look at like even last season with Marvels in Division 2, it was one of the games I filmed, and it was recorded on my
OT
phone.
One, right?
Yeah, exactly. Where he went to Sean Haney near one of the last plays of the game, again in this situation. So while Sean isn't producing the numbers he used to, he's still a super important part of this team, and someone that Max trusts when the game's on the line.
Yeah. Are Jeremy and Andrew the new Phil and JC?
I think so. I think so. I think you got the speed that replaced with Phil in Andrew. And I think that in Jeremy Rooney, you got a crisp route runner, a guy with solid hands is not going to drop a ball, and a guy that is able to get open.
There were definitely a lot of mouths to feed and a lot of talent on that A-team championship roster, but Jeremy Rooney already has more receptions, yards, and 4 times more touchdowns in only 3 games than he had all of last season.
And I was telling him that, but in that championship game, he was arguably our MVP.
Yes,
Jeremy Rooney
he played
was
better playoffs. He was more used in those playoffs than he was all season long.
100%, and especially in that championship game. And I think that just goes to show you the connection Max and Jeremy have, right? Obviously playing together in Division 2, and that's been feeding over to Division 1.
And even Andrew matched his touchdown numbers that he had last year in 10 games in just 3 this season.
There you go. We knew Max was going to love his new toy in Andrew.
Yeah.
Right? And Andrew, I think Andrew fits perfectly with Max. Great deep ball thrower, a guy that is able to use his speed to get open. And so far right now you're doing power rankings. It's got to be Trollers at 1.
For sure. And in that game, even though Iron lost the game, John has some great stats. Only 6 incompletions, also scoring 6 touchdowns and going for over 300 yards. But I think that last interception was the difference in this game.
Yeah, it was. We were winning at the time. I believe it was a miscommunication, and Jeremy Rooney, the aforementioned Jeremy Rooney, got an interception. And from there it was back and forth. But really, I would say if we're blaming it on a position group, for us, it's our defense, right? We gave up, 39 points in the game. Yeah. Most of the time when you score 36 points, even in Division 1, you're winning the game. John had a heck of a game. He really had a good game. And a lot of players balled out on both sides for both these teams in this game. What did I tell you before the game? Before our show? It was one of the most
craziest
fun games I've been played in the MFL.
I feel you say that often. Every week you say
no, but this one was a fun. And even though we lost, it wasn't I was pissed we lost, but I wasn't bitter about it. It was
I've been that pissed to feel so much fun.
No, but it was when you eat a big meal.
Go,
when you eat a big meal and you're like, oh crap, I'm upset that I'm done because there's no more food, but I'm I just ate well. It was one of those things. I'm upset we lost. I'm upset I'm done my meal, but it was a good meal.
Okay, you could blame the defense, but you guys also lost the game on converts. You scored 6 touchdowns, you got no converts, right?
That's true. And John was giving me heck because I decided to go for 2 twice.
Oh.
I'm sorry. He wasn't giving me heck, but he was questioning, why are we going for 2? And I was like, bro, let's just go for 2. The ones weren't working. We may as well go for 2 at that point.
The 2s didn't work either, eh?
No, they didn't.
You guys get why don't you drop back?
I did once.
And?
John and I had a miscommunication. I'll put it at that.
Explain what happened.
So John wanted me to run. I'm not giving our secrets. Long story short, he threw me the ball and I was nowhere where the ball was supposed to be. That's basically
Was it a lateral pass?
No.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't a drop back?
I did drop back. And he threw it as if I'd ran a 10-yard hook, for example. That was what I was saying.
So, interesting.
Yeah. But it's a good point, Terry. In close games with 2 really good teams in Division 1, converts are huge.
Yeah.
And this game was one for them on converts.
Yeah. Another big game this week in D1 were the 2 winless teams of Centurions and Kolkuk. Man, was that game huge, eh?
Massive.
And it looks like a back and forth game. Mm-hmm. Coming to this game who surprised you more right now that are maybe we could say underachieving, right? This early in the season.
Well, I picked Centurions to win this game.
Okay.
But I would still say that Centurions underachieving surprised me more than Gokak underachieving.
Because Centurions are known... Well, now they're known for offense, defense, everything just being great.
Yes.
But initially they were known for their defense, and they gave up 250 burger start of the season.
Right. And starting off 0-2 after coming up very close to winning a championship is surprising.
Yeah.
But winning this game, I thought this was where they matched up well, and they showed why they're one of the better teams in the division at this point. I think if Gokak don't win this week, I think it's time to press the panic button. If it already isn't time to press the panic button. I'm not sure that really answered your question, but I'll let to say I'm more surprised with Centurions because of how well they finished last year. But I talked about it with Jaff last week on the show, Terry. Gokak, they need to start winning. Right? Like, they're not getting blown out there, but like, this is a talented team. I wouldn't be saying it if it was like the Bitter Boys from last year, for example, right? They started off 0-2, 0-3, 0-4.
Yeah.
They have one of the best players in all of MFL. They have a great roster. They have had roster inconsistencies, but they got to win this week.
Yeah.
I'm not sure who they're playing, but I don't even know if they're playing this week. I think they have a bye.
No, they're playing the Outlaws.
And I know Outlaws are a good team, but they need to win that game.
Yeah. Well, you played them in week 1, right?
Yes.
And you guys won by 10.
Yes.
What would you say didn't go right for them in that game?
Well,
because they only scored 21 points. And yes, you guys have a good defense, but like in D1, even good defenses get scored on 30, right?
I just think it was the offense seemed to be, I don't want to say unorganized because they're an organized team. It just seemed like stuff wasn't there. Maybe Dom wasn't willing to pull the trigger when there was traffic. Receivers having a tough time getting open. But ultimately, it was the offense that let them down in the first week of the season. We got 6 interceptions on the wall. We said we're a good defense. Dom is too good of a quarterback to be throwing 6 picks.
Yeah. Most definitely. Sometimes he only throws 6 in the whole season, right?
Right, there you go. So, yeah, and it's early, and we talk about like storylines to watch out for, but I think that the Gokak need wins.
Interesting that the Outlaws only scored 14 points against A-Team.
So, the way I summarize this game is I was reffing another game at the same time. And when our game was at halftime, for example, or there was a pause in our game, I would glance over at the A-Team.
Not during the play.
No, of course not. I would glance over at the A-Team Outlaws game, and the A-Team defenders were like flies on crap. They were like...
I don't think that's too good of a comparison for your ex-teammates.
I don't want to say... No, they're the flies, bro. A-Team's the flies. I don't want to call Outlaws crap either. No, it's... Okay.
I mean, only scoring 14 points.
No.
When was the last time you think Steve only scored 14 points?
In one of his nightmares he had, where he woke up at 4 a.m. sweating. I would say, like these guys were... It was like bees on honey. I would look, and it was as if A-Team was playing with 9 defenders, Terry. There was nothing open for Steve, and if there was something open with Steve, it was either a missed throw, it was taken away quickly, it was drop passes. A-Team's offense had a good game. Dave had a great game with his rollouts. He was finding receivers. Like, I don't know if it was like sprint options sometimes, like when you roll to one side. Yeah. It seemed to be broken plays that Dave was like converting on. So he did have a great game, Dave, but it was this A-Team defense was like demoralizing to the Outlaws offense. They were like breathing down their necks, and it was like they weren't giving up an inch. Yeah. They weren't giving up an inch.
You'd think you need to score more than 26 points to beat the Outlaws.
Yes.
Is this A-Team squad better with like addition by subtraction kind of thing? No Andrew Gratt, no Jerry Mooney, no William Power?
No. They're very strong. I guess maybe they're just as good. I mean, look, we won the championship, right? Yeah. Okay, mind you, I didn't think they'd be clicking. Well, they're 1-1. Okay, so it's not as if they're 3-0, but I didn't think they would click this early in the season.
Their only losses to the Trollers right now are...
Right, so I didn't think they'd be this good, even though they're 1-1 so far in the season. And that was without one of their stars, in Danny Demore, who wasn't there.
He wasn't there that game. Were they just 6?
This team's got height. I don't think so.
Okay.
They've got height, Terry. Yeah. Like Laurent's tall. They got 2 new additions. Got height. So, yeah, this A-Team is this A-Team has an A-Team.
Yeah. Who is? I guess they're missing someone.
I mean, you're in Outlaws group chat, right?
Yes.
Like what was it like? Did Outlaws say they had a poor game, or you?
I swear no one said anything after the game.
Okay.
There hasn't been a word said in that group chat.
Yeah.
I guess we do the talking at the field.
Yeah, fair.
I'm not just saying that's not disclosed information.
No.
Like
I'm sure you are, but it's
I
believe you.
Like there wasn't a word said.
Yeah. I think it was like one of those games where, yes, Outlaws didn't have a great game, but for me it was more a team came ready and they're showing why they were the champions of last year.
Outlaws are also missing Jaff.
Yes. No, you're laughing, but it is a big. Brady filled in well at the snapper position.
Okay,
yes, he was snapping both games, and he did well. I believe he got 2 TDs in the first game, and last game I don't think he was used as much as the first game, but he played pretty well. But of course, Steve and Jaff have that connection. That's second to none, right? Playing in different leagues, and Jaff obviously one of the better, if not the best snapper in the league, but with the players Outlaws had, Terry, and in the big 3, the big S's, you should be putting up more than 14 points.
Most definitely. Like, I don't care who you're playing, and
I don't like either who you're missing. Like, if you have Svetna, Smuda, and Marvin, and Steve throwing, you could have 2
empty
mice. Like, 2 mice like running 5-yard hooks and playing defense, and you should be able to win that game. Right?
You think the mice have time to make it to 5 yards before Steve throws the ball?
I would say that a mouse is probably just as fast as Smuda.
Is that saying like...
No, Smuda is not even that fast, and he's so good. That's the credit to Smuda. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah. But obviously he doesn't have hands like Smuda.
I can just picture Steve giving shit to the mice.
No crap. I told you 5-yard.
No cheese after the game.
Yeah, for real. And then they go running back, and if they're white mice, they turn into...
What?
Into rats, I guess. My point is the mice go back home unfulfilled after being yelled at by Steve.
I guess so. So, Division 2?
That was it for Division 1?
What's the joke with the white mice turning into rats?
No, I meant like if they're white mice, then they turn into something bad afterwards.
Okay.
Like a rat or a bad squirrel.
Okay.
Or for like a gray mouse
squirrel's nice.
Turn into I guess. Some of them can be vicious, though.
Really? You got bad encounters with some squirrels?
Maybe not. French divulge on YouTube.
What are you saying? Alright, Division 2.
Div 2.
What's shocking me in Div 2 is seeing Nice Cities being 3-0. The only undefeated team left in Division 2 after 3 weeks.
They're a good team.
Yeah, I know they're a very good team. It's not at all... not at all. They have a lot of players from last season, but they have a lot of new players who are like top-end D1 talent, right? So, but just seeing... in the standings, we're in Division 2 and Nice TD's logo, and then 3 wins, 0 losses. It is a little shocking to see.
Yeah, that's fair.
Even if you know who's on that team.
Yes.
Right? Nice TD's winning a game. Remember?
It's a good take, yeah. The over-under was half, right? Last year, half a win.
They won 1, right?
Yeah, and they beat the over-under.
Who did they beat again? Oh, they 10-0.
10-0, yes.
And John had called it.
They probably tried hard in that game.
Well, they won by forfeit against Sound this year, or they won 20?
They actually won the game. They won the game, and they also won by forfeit, so it was both.
What was the forfeit because of?
I don't know. Yeah, that's why you're here. But to talk about Nice Cities surprising being 3-0, they have a good offense with Dave at quarterback, with Marvin at receiver, Chris at receiver. You got Thomas, you got Nick. Then you got Brian, who's a smart mind. You have Laurent, snapper. Then you have this defense, Terry, where you have Chris Hope, I assume, calling the defense, who's a ball hawking safety. You have Marvin there, a ball hawking safety. Like, this team is good on like all facets of the game. It's really hard to find a fault with these guys.
Yeah.
And
seriously.
You could say, okay, well, look, maybe Dave is not up to where Steve and Max are, but I think he's showing that's not the case right now, right? Winning Division 1, beating Outlaws this past weekend, 3-0 right now. Dave is balling. It's like you're trying to point at like a weakness this team has, and it's hard to find one.
And 2 out of the 3 wins are by 1 point.
Yes.
And when you could win those close games, when you win on converts, because both of those games were won on converts,
last play of the game,
that's like really reassuring, right?
Yes.
Like, that like if it goes down to the wire and it's score after score, like defense stop after defensive stop, you kind of have the upper hand. And Dave is like, I think, one of the best quarterbacks on converts in the past like few seasons, right? Even if you know what he's gonna do, it's still very, very difficult to stop.
1,000%.
And like, yeah.
But it's like, it's his bread and like if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
No, for sure.
Where like I think Dave's been running this like a version of the convert play like for years now, and it's like consistently he's able to get those 2-point converts and one when he needs the one. And yeah, like I was talking to Dave on the sideline after, and he was like, there's been 3 like games where he's almost had a heart attack. Like their plus minus, like if you look at their plus minus is,
Well, it's because of that game with
the 10 out, but like they've won 3 games and every game was a 1-score game.
Yeah, that Tanon game they actually won it 42-36.
So they won by 6, then by 1, then by 1, I believe.
Yeah.
So like plus 8 in 3
Yeah.
games. Like how bananas is that? With
That's
a 3-0
bananas.
record.
That shit is
Yeah.
bananas.
A-N-A-N.
You can't even spell the name. You'd have to fake like the
Bananas?
yeah.
What? I can't spell banana?
Yeah.
Yeah, A-P-P-L-E. Banana.
So yeah, all that to say that
Nice CDs are a nice squad.
yeah.
They're a nice squad.
I don't know. I think Brian's the GM of that team. He did some nice recruiting.
He did.
I don't know if it's Brian, but I just assumed it was Brian.
But whether he's producing or not, he's like the heart and soul of that team.
Yeah.
He's the calm-headed, the cool-headed guy, the smart guy, knows what to do when, knows who to put in certain places. Like I don't know if he's actually the GM, but
I mean,
every D2 team.
he got Dave and Chris to be still in the same team after 3 games, which wasn't the case on A team last season, right?
Chris was on A team last season?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was rhetorical. But every D2 team needs a Brian.
Yeah. Yeah, that roster's pretty stacked.
We didn't even talk about the game.
I didn't see the game. Do you want to talk about it?
Who did they beat? Tenant?
Marvels.
Marvels. I didn't see the game either.
Okay, so nothing to talk about there.
Nope, but it was a high-scoring game.
Is Max also dominating in D2?
Yes, I believe so, but not as much.
Yeah,
Well,
14 touchdowns and 2 interceptions.
Marvels are 1-2. They have a losing record. They lost the first week of the season, where they played very poorly against.
Talent.
Yeah,
Then they lost then they beat Red Raiders,
yeah,
and then they just lost by 1 to nice cities.
1-2.
Well, I think D1 and D2 is like very, very competitive, and kind of like last season, I think almost any team can make the playoffs.
And I know we said that last year, and I say it again this year, but there's a lot of these D2 teams that can play in D1. And the thing is, a lot of these D2 players are also playing in D1, but let's say they weren't. Like, I think every team in D2 now can compete in D1.
By compete, what do you mean?
500 record. So it's going to be a little difficult there,
Yeah.
but like, nice CDs.
Like if all the players that play in D2 will have a double.
Yeah, there was 2 of them, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah, I find it hard to argue against that.
It'd be interesting to see a nice series against A team, you know?
Yeah, that would be Dave against Dave, Laurent against Laurent.
Thunder Buddies Tanant, what happened there?
Very good game. It was very similar to the game I played with Iron Wolves, where we came up just short. Tanant played a good game. They got 2 their first possession of the game, we started on offense, they got a pick 6.
Oh, well,
I believe it was.
Doesn't start the game well, right?
It doesn't. I believe it was by Marcotte. Can you double check that? He got a pick 6 to start off the game. And
yes. And he also ended the game with a touchdown.
he's a baller. Okay, so I think that he was being overshadowed by Phil and maybe Simon Till, but this guy can ball. He had a crazy one-handed catch. His only touchdown of the game was a one-handed catch.
One-handed catch? That was in the video there?
I respect that. It was close, but I was the defender there.
Okay.
And I had a front view of it, and it was so nonchalant the way he pulled it in. It was boom, boom. So he got a pick 6, he got a receiving touchdown, and he threw for a touchdown.
Wow.
The trifecta. So when I saw Vincent Dion lead this game, I said, okay, guys, like it's not going to be easy, but like, come on, like.
I mean, Vincent Dion had 8 completions and Dave Marcotte had 4.
And what I really respect about Marcotte is he went deep. Like first play, he played quarterback. I was expecting either all hooks or a drag, something to the snap or something easy. He went deep on the first play and he completed, and he looked like a quarterback. He looked like a guy that played in Division 2 for a while, that he just looked calm, cool, collected. And yeah, Marcotte is a guy I wanted to shout out because he's an absolute baller. I did not realize how good he is, but he's a stud. Steve
had 12 more completions than Tanant's both quarterbacks had attempts. The combined quarterbacks for Tanant had 12 completions for 24 attempts. That's 50%.
Yeah.
averaging 20 yards of completion.
I was going to say.
Each quarterback had 19.88 and 19.50
And Steve
yards
had?
per completion. Steve had 8.5 yards per completion.
Yeah.
But Steve threw for over 300 yards in this game. Like, it's no shot on Steve because Steve went 36 completions, 300 yards, 5 touchdowns, 3 picks. He put up 34 points. I think 34 points the defense none of buddies have should definitely be enough to win this game. So it's not a knock on him.
No.
But Tannant clearly had his number.
Yeah.
I don't remember I don't know if Steve ever beat Tannant. I don't know if
We talked about it before the game. And I said, guys, look.
you talked about after the game.
No. We were in the huddle and I was like, guys, look, Tannant's a good team. So sometimes they win against and they didn't finish. And Steve's like, yeah, they have my number. And I was like, yeah, they have your number, Steve. And they showed it again here.
Even with a different jersey on.
Yes, even with a different jersey on.
Even without Phil Fallon.
But these guys are athletic, Terry.
Yeah.
Like, Vincent Dion, we know he's a baseball guy. I'm pretty sure these guys play a ton of other sports. They're young. They're energetic. They're smart. And, like...
Are they going to show up in the playoffs this time, though?
I think they got to.
Did they talk about that?
What?
Did they talk about that?
Not sure about the playoffs?
Yeah.
No, I think they're trying to
Did
forget
Mike
it.
Roy or Chris Hope give them a couple of beers this past weekend or the
No,
other
but
weekend?
they should have. I think they should split... I was saying, like, they should split the trophy in two.
You can't split the trophy in two.
Well, I'm sure you can. Like,
But, like, let's say this year, for example, Red Raiders make the playoffs and Tannant are out. Do they swap positions?
Yeesh, I doubt it. I think, let's say if Red Raiders would have played Tannant in the playoffs, Red Raiders would let them start with a 7-0 lead. Like, that's fair.
Or you just start the ball in both halves.
Yeah,
I think that's more fair.
Yeah.
Because
When you giveth, you taketh.
Yeah.
But really good game. Really good game. We had a chance to stop them late. We didn't. And then we got the ball back with 2 or 3 plays left. We threw a Hail Mary and it was not to be.
It was not what? Not to be?
Not to be.
Division 3?
Div 3?
2 undefeated teams in Div 3. Are Idaho, you the Pimps too strong for this division?
I think they're very good. I think they're the favorites in this division. I could see them playing Division 2. I don't think they're too strong.
I think they could have been competitive this year in Division 2.
Agreed. Yeah. To me, too strong means like I love these guys. Brady's balling. He had a very good first 3 games. Struggled a little bit last game, but they still were able to win quite easily against Double Dippers. To me, like, too good for the division is a team that, like, you would be surprised if they don't go undefeated. And I would be surprised if they went undefeated just because of how strong...
What's their over and under for total wins this season?
8.5.
Yeah, and you're probably taking the over, no? You for sure see them going at least 9-1.
No, I wouldn't say for sure.
Okay.
I would take under. I think they go 8-2.
Okay. I take the over.
That's fair. Do you think this is strong for Division 3?
It's hard to say after 4 games. Like, look, they played 4 games. They have a plus 100 differential.
Yeah.
None of their games have been really close. They've added 2 ballers from the Average Joes and Jason Edwards and Ryan Flood that have been having huge impacts on that team, each with 4 touchdowns in 3 games.
Yeah. Edwards with 4 interceptions last game.
Yeah. And Ryan also has an interception in just 3 games. Mm-hmm. So I think this is a stronger team than it was last season in Division 3.
I think it's hard to argue that.
And I think Division 3, with the fact that Jagerbomb and Thunder Buddies are no longer in the division, got slightly weaker. Yeah. Maybe more parity, but I don't think the top end talent is the same with those 2 teams now moving to D2. Yeah. And given that Idaho were lost in the semifinals last year to the champs. Yeah. I think they're definitely the strongest team in the division. Yeah. Time will tell if they're thus too strong for it. Master Chiefs are also undefeated right now, having only played 2 games though, so the sample size is a lot smaller. Yep. Bin seem very strong. Arnolds are also a good
Arnolds
team.
have a good squad.
We got Invictus, a new team with a lot of familiar faces there.
Yes, exactly. They could be dangerous.
Yeah, Double Dippers having a slow start of the season at 1-2, but
I don't understand that Double Dippers Manitoba boys.
And then Panache and Ross House, who are winless as of now, have been great teams in the past. So, like, I guess Ross House continuing what they started last season of disappointing football.
Yeah, I don't get it. I guess I'll jump to that game because we played them this week. Master Chiefs played Raw Sauce, and they were winning at half 14-7. And then second half, I don't know if they ran out of gas. They were only 6 players, so it was tough. Yeah. And it was a hot day, so, cut them a bit of slack for that. But, yeah, it was a competitive first half. We were struggling offensively. Like, I was struggling to find receivers.
The rush was good, though. Anton Theroux.
Yes, very good.
I see he got you twice.
Very good. And he could have got me a few more times. It was a great first half by them. Second half, like we managed to score. I believe it was on every drive, and they struggled in the second half. I don't know what it is, Terry.
How does your team fit the cap? Looking at your roster,
We fit the cap by literally by 0.4. Literally by 0.4.
Right now in that game, I see you had 2.8 points to spare, but like.
Oh yeah, we were missing a player. Yeah.
But like looking at Tyler, who's one of the best rushers in like that division, Rob, who has so much football knowledge and experience, who's a huge player on Thunder Buddies last season in that division.
Massive.
Rooney and McSweeney, who are like D1, D2 talent. You at quarterback, also playing defense. Avery, Mike,
P.O. was a very good receiver that also plays quarterback.
Yeah, this team is pretty stacked.
Yep. It's a fun team. I like the guys. The vibe is good too.
When are you guys playing against Idaho?
I think it's late in the season.
Week 8. And Week 11.
Really?
Yes.
To them twice?
Yes.
Nice. Well, I guess we'll know.
Interesting. Yeah.
We'll know then who the really team to beat is in Division 3. And let's not count out other but
I'm saying as of right now.
Yes.
Yeah. I remember looking at Ben's roster thinking they were also strong. Their only loss came to you guys. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Did you see any other D3 games?
I did. I saw Iron Wolves Panache. I reffed that game.
And?
It was a good game. Slow start to the game. John had a good game. The Iron Wolves defense came to play in this one. I believe it was 27-19 the final score.
Yeah.
If you could pull up the stats from that one.
What do you want?
Josh had a big game.
Is Josh permanent now on Iron Wolves?
Yes, Josh is. That's what Iron Wolves are our team. I could think that sneak into maybe the 1 or even the 2 spot by the end of the season.
Really?
Yeah, I do. I think that having John was a smart quarterback and a good quarterback, who's a D1 quarterback, having just Chris and Josh, is good enough to be one of the better teams in Division 3. And this team is going to be good on defense throughout the whole year. I'm not worried about this team's defense. I'm not really worried about their offense either, to be honest. And Kat is like a flag football player, right? Yeah. She's been out of the loop for a little while, but she's been big. She got the game-winning pass in this one, a first down to seal the game on a long bomb. I believe it was 4th down. She made a beautiful catch just over her shoulder. I expect them to be a good team. Ironwood defense played great. Panache had a good game.
Keep talking to me right back.
Okay. Am I supposed to pretend you're here or do I not pretend you're here? Okay, so Terry, basically what happened in this game was that Ironwood's defense came to play. What? Yeah, I'm getting a little warm. Usually it's freezing here. That's why I wear the sweater. Thanks. But the Ironwood's defense played well. Felix did a really good job running the football in this game and buying time.
Yeah.
One thing for him is I think he needs to trust his arm more. I think Felix is able to find and fit it into tight windows more than he thinks he's able to. And I think that at times it's a lot of broken plays, and from there receivers, can't get open, the rush is coming, and it's like a throw off the back foot, it's an awkward throw. I think for Felix is, look, if his first read's not there, looks to his second read's not there, third read, and then you tuck it and run. Because we know he can run the ball, we know he's very good at running, but I think if they want to be more competitive, he needs to become more of a passing quarterback than running, because he does have a good arm. And I wouldn't be saying that if he didn't have a good arm.
Better than what he does at running, I think, is what he is at buying time.
Right.
Like I've seen so many times scramble behind the line of scrimmage and find a receiver downfield.
Yeah.
So he should do more of that. Maybe even have some design plays where he rolls out and has layers,
Totally. Yeah, because, there were some really nice throws he made in this game. There were some really nice runs he made in this game.
He's a very smart football player overall.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good athlete. It was a really fun game to ref. It was early in the morning, so I'm glad it was a good game. I was kind of still half asleep. But
you talked to Tim Hortons with Gabby?
Of course I did. Gabby, bro, respect. You're my guy.
I don't think he watches the show.
Yeah, he doesn't, but still, I love you, Gabby. You're my guy. It was, shout out to the Iron Wolves. If you look at the play-by-play, it was 27-19. Iron Wolves went for it on 4th down with like a minute to go in their own territory. And it was like 4th and 8.
Really?
And they got it.
And they were only up 8 at that point.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was surprised. I thought they were going to punt. I like it. I like aggressiveness.
You think it was John's call in the huddle?
Yeah. Said, let's go for it. I think if it was Chris's call, he would have punted. Like, Chris is more of that, like...
conservative.
Yeah. Let's punt.
Well, I think...
Just our D.
I think that would have, if you look at the numbers, maybe given you more chances, right?
If you punted?
Yeah. Panache only scored 17 points that point.
19, yeah.
19. They had to drive a
I'm
whole
not a numbers
field.
type of guy. You know me. I'm about the heart.
You would have probably punted also, no?
I would not have punted, even if it was 4th down and 17.
Yeah, you would have.
No, I don't.
4th and 17.
I do not punt. I don't believe in punting.
On your own 8-yard line.
Okay, that's different, bro. I mean, like.
I'm saying if it was within your 10-yard line.
If it was the exact same situation as there, I would not have punted.
It was 4th and 8?
Yeah, not have punted.
But 4th and 17, you would have punted.
Maybe 4th and 13, I wouldn't have punted. I don't punt. I don't punt.
Okay.
Ball possession is huge. All kidding aside, bro, we talk about this. But I really believe that a lot of teams in football in general,
punt too often,
not just flag, punt too often.
Yeah, I
the
agree,
football
I agree
is
with
the
that
most
statement.
having the football is the most valuable thing you can have. It's gold. You're giving it to the other team. Of course, I'm not naive. If you're up by 9 with a minute to go and you're going for it on your own 5, that's ridiculous. But if you have the ball and you have a chance to get a first down to seal the game, you put your what's on the table and you go for it.
Your what?
I mean, what's. And you go for it. I love the call. I love aggressiveness. And even if they would have lost that game, I would have said it was the right call. I don't need your validation. I'm telling you what I would have said. I would have said even if they went for it and didn't get it, it was the right call. Guys, none of this, like, it's 4th and 2, Madden says to punt. No, we don't do that, bro. Trust your offense. If you have a chance to win the game, win the game. Of course, feel it out.
Yeah.
But that's my message for today. If you watched 2 minutes of the show, watch between right now and 2 minutes before. Guys, go for it. The ball is money.
I think it's more than 4th and 10, then you should consider punting.
Yes. Depending where you are.
If you're in your own zone. Obviously, if you're past midfield, even 4th and 35.
Yes.
Which would not bring you you'd be before midfield at that
Yes,
point.
yes.
But, like, you'd obviously still go for it at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Terry, like, all kidding aside, I've seen teams punt. Just this weekend, Heisenberg was down by 19. In the second half, they punted.
What if your defense has more pick sixes than your offense has touchdowns?
Then you throw interceptions on purpose to play defense. That's different.
Yeah.
But when you have a quarterback that's capable, like John, for example, you go for it.
Yeah. No, I agree with, like, most of what you said.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I take that as a win because usually you disagree with everything I say.
I feel like we've been agreeing a little more often lately. Shows that I've been gone for a while.
Yeah, it shows that you're just coming to your senses.
No, I think the time away made you become smarter.
Yeah, I doubt that. When you're this smart, it's hard to become this smart. When you're at the peak, you're at the peak.
Division 4?
Bro, I'm sweating.
The AC's on, don't worry. Give it a few minutes.
Okay.
Do you see any games here?
Tell me what games we're on. I may have refed one of the games.
Drama Club, You the Ho, I the Pimps.
No.
Mustard Tiger Phoenix.
No.
Random Cyclones.
No.
Marvin's team and the Rockets.
We're not talking about that game.
You subbed in for Marvin?
I did. Yeah, okay, I gotta talk about that game.
Thought it was gonna be easy pick'ems?
Talk about... It was...
Well, you did play a good team, right?
We did, and that's what I was gonna say. And I played very poorly in this game. No doubt about it. I played very poorly in this game. I didn't have good reads. 7
interceptions.
It was bad. It was a very bad game. It was a game I'm not proud of. But I wanted to jump on what you said, Terry. This Pocket Rockets team is solid.
Yeah.
They have... If you look at who I threw 3 interceptions to, but Pio had a good game, and he progressed as the game went on. He got better as the game went on. It was a lower scoring game in the first half, and then he just got comfortable. He was making his reads. He was hitting his guys. He was going snapper. They have a really good team, too. I mean, like, on every single one of these players, like, can be...
Philippe Charpentier.
How many picks?
3.
He is... Not only is he tall, but he can make contested catches, and his catch radius is massive. He reminds me of
also
Lazar.
Picks of 4 other guys. So you had five total players on the other team picking you off.
Yes. And but even when I was throwing completions or incompletions, he was making it a tough throw for me.
Really?
He's a stud.
Why weren't you just not throwing to the other side?
No, I don't do that. I don't avoid people.
Well, that's the outcome it gives you.
Yeah, it sucks. I mean, it sucks to be stubborn, but Pocket Rockets are a very good team, Terry. And after seeing them play in this game, I think they may be the favorites in Division 4. I think that, for us, the Revenants, they have a good squad. Having Marvin back for them will be big on both sides of the ball. Obviously, at quarterback, he knows this squad. He's built chemistry with these guys. And I'm not worried about them. I didn't help them at all. They, there was a few plays where they had drops and they admitted it too, but I told them, if I throw 7 picks in a game, it's hard to overcome that.
More importantly, which name do you prefer?
Between?
Weakest Link and Revenants.
I like Weakest Link.
Yeah,
there was something about the Weakest Link that I really liked.
I don't like teams that change names. It bothers me a little bit. You?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Maybe a tad.
Yeah.
If you change it to Fins Up or
at least if you change it, it has to have a certain knock on the old name,
Yeah, the Weakest Link would be the toughest link.
Or like underdogs or
Yeah. Or like we suck. Something like that. No, I'm just saying like that's similar to the weakest link. They don't suck. Bro, you know what I was trying to say, bro. Don't give me that look.
Airborne 0-2.
Yeah. Who do they play this weekend?
Cyclones.
They
And
playing
they lost a
them?
tough week 1 game against the Randoms.
Yes, I ref that game. They lost in the last play of the game.
Wait, this team has McSweeney on it?
Yeah. Did he quarterback them?
I think he quarterback 1 game, and then Guillaume quarterback the other. I know which one who quarterbacked who.
I'm not worried about Airborne yet, though.
No?
No. Not yet.
Any other games you saw here?
Division 4. Let's go through the list. I was surprised at how easily Phoenix won over Mustard Tigers. That was a surprise to me.
Yeah, Kevin only threw 1 interception. That's a huge surprise.
It's funny because Nick told me he had a game against...
Well, he has 6 interceptions in the season.
Who does?
Kevin.
Yeah, I think the game before he threw like 4. That's the one I was reffing.
No, 6 minus 1 is 5.
No, but they had 3 games so far, no?
No, 2.
Oh, okay. I spoke to Nick before the day started, and he said he had a game against Sour Peeps and Mustard Tigers.
Okay.
I said, okay, you'll probably go 1-1, beat Sour Peeps and lose to Mustard Tigers. It was the opposite. Oh, but Sour Peeps, I think, was a forfeit.
We'll find out when we get a D5.
We will. But yeah, good stuff for Phoenix for beating Mustard Tigers. And another game I was surprised.
Rob Boyd ball down in this game.
What were his stats?
7 for 57 and 2 touchdowns.
My man, Mr. Robbie.
Go along with 2 interceptions on defense. Stu getting 2 interceptions on defense and a huge pick 6.
Stu.
How'd you not know about that?
I knew you were going to tell me. Also, Stu is going to a Notre Dame game later on in the season.
He didn't invite you?
Against Syracuse. Well, so we'll talk about that on the side. Another surprise, Terry. Cyclones, a team high on, losing to Randoms.
So Random's a very good team.
They are a very good team. I think you can see why Prudhomme was one of the better quarterbacks back in the day.
Yeah. Let me pull up the stats for this game. Yeah, he definitely has the experience, and he has a lot of good players on his team. Matt Graton balling out 8 for 101 and 2 touchdowns.
2 tutties. Shout out to Cyclones. They got nice new uniforms.
Oh, yeah, what color?
I really like them. Black and like tealish.
Okay.
Yep.
Like teal, the color of their logo?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it has like their logo on it, or?
I think so. I saw it from far. But it was nice. Look good, you play good. Well, except in this game.
Yeah.
Maybe the uniforms are bad luck.
Maybe they are. Anything else interesting in D4?
D4, I think we're good.
I think Udahuayda Pimps needs the logo.
Oh, it's still MFL.
Yeah. Get on it.
Yeah.
You're 0-2.
Oh, there you go. Let's go, boys. Logo up.
D5?
D5. Let's see. D5 games. Which ones? I refed.
The forfeit is not up yet on the site. Sour Peeps slapped the win.
Okay.
Surprised I didn't hear Kevin complain about that more.
Okay. Sour Peeps got the win.
But their team rating is in red.
It is. Yeah, because Nick told me there's a lot of the Division 2 guys playing.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens there. I refed Vultures against Heisenberg.
Horror Vultures.
Very good. They lost week 1.
44-13.
They lost week 1 against TD Hunters in a very close game, and since then they've been balling out. Yeah, very impressive game.
Did Ben sub that game?
So what happened is Ben came to the field thinking he was allowed to play. John comes up to him and says, "You can't play." He says, "What do you mean?" He says, "I would check with the roster. I fit." He says, "No, you have 2 accounts in MFL.
Oh.
One of them you fit, one of them you don't."
But John knew that like when he saw him straight up, or?
Because someone was like, "How is Ben allowed to play D5?" And then John went to check it out.
Oh, okay, because they did their homework and they saw that.
But Terry, something doesn't make sense. Is Ben hasn't played a snap as a receiver in MFL?
No, I think he has.
He was adamant he hasn't.
Well, he has an offensive rating.
Right, so how is that the case? If he hasn't played a snap as a receiver, he should not have an offensive rating.
No, but he has played a snap as a receiver because it was a season where, remember, in D2, Vultures had a quarterback change and Ben took over late in the season? They ended up not making the playoffs because it was too little too late. Yes, I'll find it. Hold on, give me a sec.
Right.
It was last
Philip
fall
Roberts
season.
started off as quarterback.
Yeah, it was
and then Ben
fall
went QB.
2021. Vultures missed the playoffs, ending 3-7.
Okay, so he has a rating based on like half a season type of thing.
Yeah, Ben. I think he played half the season. He had 22 catches, 244 yards, and 4 touchdowns.
Okay.
I see it right here.
Got you.
And on defense, he's been balling out.
Yeah, that's to be expected.
But he was telling you he never played as a receiver?
I guess he went for a full season.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, like, given that he played the full 10 games, the way the rating works is on an average per game. So, like, he played half a season a quarterback, half a season a receiver. So, his receiver rating is kind of biasly lowered, right?
Because it's like a 10-game sample.
Yeah, because like they probably took his receiving stats divided by 10 and not divided by like 5.
And he still can't play D5.
Yeah, well,
which makes
this
sense.
Vultures team has a lot of players who played on that Vultures team that
100%. And I think
who have experience, and D5 is a division for beginners, right?
Yeah.
So it does make sense that one good player makes you go over the cap, right? Like,
yeah.
And if they were expecting to bring Ben in, they should have maybe registered in D4 at that point. No, like
Ben was just subbing for the game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was just subbing for the game. But needless to say, they didn't need Ben in this one.
They really did not. That would have been really ugly.
Yeah, it would have been ugly. 44-13, good stuff, Vultures. They wanted me to talk about them on the podcast. Boys, you're getting your love. Well deserved.
What did they ask you to say?
They said, well, you didn't talk about us the week before. And I was like...
Well, they lost.
They did... No, they had won the week before.
Didn't you say they lost their... that's his third game.
Yeah, they beat Mimosa Crew the week before.
12-6.
I said, look, boys, it's better to fly under the radar, but you ain't flying under the radar anymore, boys. You guys seem like the favorites to me. It's early, but...
Over Phoenix?
I think so.
Wow, we got a couple of new teams, huh? The Lesniaks?
They changed their name? It was Misfits. They're undefeated. They got a solid D. Player named Goldig, Zach. Am I getting that correct?
Yeah.
How many interceptions does he have?
Well, I saw him on offense here. Zach Goldig, but he's not there on defense. Am I blind?
Yeah, no, that's not possible. Yeah, you seem to be blind.
You saw him?
No, I didn't see him.
Okay, so I'm not blind then.
No, I mean, I think you're blind regardless.
He has 9 interceptions.
In 3 games.
In 3 games.
This defense, he's a very solid defender, and this defense is solid. And Lesniak throws a nice ball. I said it before, I'll say it again. He's like the coach of the team. He wants to get coached in the back of his jersey.
Oh, yeah? Like Mario.
Yeah?
Pretty sure he has Coach Ben in his jersey.
I think it would suit him well. That's another good team. Phoenix 2. Yeah, Fighting Armadillos have a solid squad too. But the only game I saw this weekend in D5 was that game. If you go through the other games that happened in Division 5 this week, Terry.
Yeah.
There was Cobra Kai, Mimosa Crew. Actually, McSweeney quarterbacked that game. For Mimosa Crew. But Curran threw up 4 passes. Yeah, it was weird. Curran was on the sideline when I was watching the game.
What happened?
Don't know. But that game went to OT. Cobra Kai was heated.
In what sense?
They got into it with McSweeney, and it almost got physical. Guys had to be separated.
So interesting enough, the game went to overtime. Cobra Kai started.
Mm-hmm.
Their convert was no good.
Mm-hmm.
Mimosa Crew went next, only needing a point to win.
Don't tell me they went for 2.
They went for 2 and got it.
That's respect. Wait.
Or that's not knowing what happens.
That could be the case too. Well, maybe look, Ryan's able to run, right? You want to have the chance to run?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
I like it, yeah.
I still think it's easier to get a 1 point than a 2 point.
So do I. But let's look at it by strategic play calls there by Mimosa Crew. So they won that game in OT. Then there was the Misfits low-scoring game victory over TD Hunters. And yeah, Sour Peeps over Phoenix, which we're not sure if that game will count. So, and then there was, another close one, Terry. The Armadillos, Les Last Calls. I wanted to see Les Last Calls bounce back. And they did, even though they lost in this game. This was a close game, tight to the end. And, Pio having another solid outing in this one.
Really impressive to see neither quarterback throw an interception.
In D5, right?
Yeah. It's like you start the game with 2 normally.
Yeah, on the first 2 plays. Yeah, it's spot on. You're totally right. Yeah, no, it's another really good game. 1 point. I didn't see any of it actually, but no, close game. Love to see it.
Brossard?
What? Division 1. Let's go.
There's no Division 1.
There's only one division, so we call it Division 1.
It's actually Division 2 on the site.
Yeah, which is kind of strange.
Were you there?
Nope.
Me neither. Did you guys talk about it the last couple of weeks?
It's new. Jaff and I did previews.
28-3 our first again.
Yes.
Wow.
20-3 undefeated.
Are we gonna say anything?
No. Wait, let's wait and see what happens. Because last year you guys started off hot. It's all about how you finish, boys.
Old school are 2-1.
Mm-hmm. Really good games though. Lau 34-33, losing to Le Boucher. Ravens.
Surprising loud are 1-3, no?
It is surprising. Yeah, it's. I don't know what it is. A ton of talent, a ton of athletic ability.
Wow, François Rochette at QB is pretty good. 10 touchdowns, 2 interceptions.
So he's their main QB, eh? Well, so far it looks like.
Yeah. Well, I mean, their QB, Guillaume Renaud Dumoulin, played 1 game. I guess he missed the other 2.
Yeah, possibly he's out. Yeah, who would you say are the favorites? Brossard favorite. Let me think of mine first.
I got mine.
I got mine too.
1, 2, 3.
Buccaneer.
I think it has to be KLB with the experience they have, right?
It could be.
Like, I could see them, like, just, cruising through the season, playing here, a little bit stronger there,
Mm-hmm.
like, not really carrying this game here, showing maybe hangover.
But then when playoff time comes and you got to win.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went with Buccaneer just because I think that it's their time. It's more of like one of those phases. You know when it's time for a team to take the next step?
I like this team a lot.
I think it's time for them to take the next step.
Team.
Yeah. They have solid players. They have height. And like this is a team where they could win on offense and on defense.
They got the jerseys now.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Buccaneer are my favorites.
Yeah. No love for 28-3?
Hey, so what happened last year? Let's chill. Let's wait. Great start to the season for them. But wait, are they undefeated?
No, they lost first game in overtime.
Yes, which was a crazy game to Red Knot Skins. That is true.
Still a little jet lag.
No excuse. Yeah. Brossard only one division. Go check it out, guys. For those of you that play on Saturdays, who have much to do on a Sunday, you go check that out, watch some of the games, and then leave and to go home to watch some of the NFL games at 1 o'clock.
Yeah, purposely made the game start earlier.
That's a matter of respect.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. And this Sunday, there is actually no games in Brossard.
Exactly, because we have our get-together.
Yes. Remember, folks, get together, champs.
Let's try to mention again at the end of the show.
100%. What time we want people to be there?
1 o'clock.
But if it's 1, then by the time you settle in, like, the NFL games will have already kicked off, no?
So come before 1.
Okay, we're going together?
I'll see.
Okay, let's go before, because I want to make sure we're on time for kickoff.
Okay, so go without me then. My team's playing at 8.
What?
My team's playing at 8.
Okay, for you guys, get primetime games for a mediocre team.
What do we do next on the show after this?
We can do picks.
Yeah? You want to do our picks live on air?
Okay. So we're actually doing our picks this week.
Yeah.
So the picks we make, but we have to do the picks we make now. We have to kind of stay because it's already like when we're filming. Like unless you want to change them tomorrow.
I don't know. Too tired to decide.
Yeah. Okay. True. You want to make our picks live? Yeah. Let's make our picks live and then we'll do bold predictions.
Okay.
Let's start with D5. Yeah, it doesn't make a difference. Don't overthink it.
Okay, so Brossard then.
Okay, fair.
Red Knot Skins, KLB.
KLB.
Same. Buccaneer Ravens.
Buccaneer.
KLB Old School. And a doubleheader.
KLB.
I'm going to go with Old School. Red Knot Skins, Ravens.
Red Knot
Red Knot
Skins.
Skins. Laout Typhoons.
Give me Laout.
Yeah.
Too athletic. Too quick.
Yeah. Who's on Typhoons?
I think Rob White's quarterback of Typhoons.
Yeah.
Yep.
Division 5. TD Hunter, Sour Peeps.
Sour Peeps.
Sour Peeps. The Armadillos and the Misfits?
No, sorry. I'm going TD Hunters. I haven't been fair to them. And they're a good team. I switched my pick. TD Hunters.
Armadillos, Misfits, or Lesniak?
Armadillos.
I'm going to go Team Lesniak. Heisenberg, Phoenix. The Last Call, Cobra Kai.
LLC.
The Last Calls. Get their first win. Division 4. Phoenix Airborne. Phoenix. Mustard Tiger and Revenants. Mustard Tigers.
Give me Revenants.
Randoms, Udohide Pimps.
Randoms.
Cyclones, Bin Low Fat.
Cyclones.
Okay, we're doing our picks live on air, but when I create the spreadsheet, it's going to take me a lot of time to do it for the season. You're going to do my picks on the spreadsheet as well. Deal? Nice. You're going to listen to the video to write down your picks. You'll write down mine at the same time.
Because you're not going to change them?
So I don't change them.
Okay, but so you're not allowed to change them?
Yeah.
Okay, agreed?
Well, you're not going to change yours either.
Okay, agreed.
Yeah, okay. A Double Dipper is Master Chiefs. You can't pick that game. I'm going to go with you guys. Panache Arnolds.
Again?
Are you surprised?
Come on, Terry.
Yeah.
John.
Why are you so surprised?
You're right. Give me the Wolves.
Again? Raw sauce bins.
I do it every time and it bites me in the butt, but I'm going raw sauce.
Why do you still do it?
I don't know. It's like being in a bad relationship. Just can't get enough.
Red Raiders, nice C's. It's going to be a good one.
That's Division 2.
Yeah, we're in Division 2 now.
Okay, folks, we're in Division 2. Say it again.
I think they understood.
I didn't.
Red Raiders, nice C's.
Oh, man. Give me nice CDs.
I'm going to go Red Raiders.
That's going to be a good game.
Red Raiders get their first win. Nice to get their first loss.
It's a winless team against an undefeated team, but I wouldn't be surprised if Red Raiders win.
Thunder Buddies Marvels. Do I still count as on Thunder Buddies and Outlaws at this point?
Yeah, you do.
Even Outlaws?
Yes.
Why?
Because you're on the roster.
I'm actually not.
Are you sure?
On Outlaws, yeah, I'm not on the roster.
But Thunder
I
Buddies,
wasn't even on the roster last season on Outlaws. After my injury, I got booted off.
Okay, so then you definitely have to stay. Because if you weren't on the Outlaws roster last year and you didn't pick, you have to continue the trend. It's only fair.
To not pick?
Yeah.
Okay. And Thunder Buddies, I'm on the roster because I'm the captain and I have to be on the roster to be the captain.
You're the captain.
Yeah.
Can't pick it.
So if you, it's like me saying now you can't pick 18 games because you were on the roster last season.
Bro, I'm on a new team now.
Okay, so if you weren't playing Division 1 at all, you would be not picking 18?
No, because I'm on a new roster now.
But if you were not playing D1, let's say you left 18 and you're not playing D1, you wouldn't pick 18 games?
I guess.
Okay.
Good thing we don't have to think about that.
Tannant Jagerbomb. Is
Jagerbomb
going to be back?
Duchesne. Jagerbomb.
I'm going to go with Tannant.
Okay.
D1, Outlaws Gold Cook.
Outlaws.
Centurions A-Team. Rematch of the finals.
A-Team.
Same. Outlaws Arnolds. Well, neither of us could pick it, I guess.
Neither of us can pick it, so I'm going Iron Wolves. And you're going?
Outlaws.
Doubleheader for Outlaws.
Yep. With like a nice 3-hour break in between. Actually, no, sorry. 4.5 hour break.
Nothing like those breaks. But that's cool. You stay at the field, you go, grab some lunch, come back.
Grab some lunch again, come back again.
Yeah, exactly. Grab a coffee, come back.
Final remarks. This Sunday, where are you going to be?
What's it called?
Champs.
1 o'clock.
Saint Laurent.
Yeah,
MFL get together.
MFL get together. Let's try and... If I give you... You have to be within 5 of how many people will be there. What's your guess?
19.
Really?
Yeah. So between 14 to 24.
I'm going to go 31.
31?
Yeah. I have a good feeling.
That'd be nice.
Yeah. I have a good feeling.
Yeah. All right.
Yep.
So be there. If you're not sure where it is, just ask us. I'm sure John... it's in Kevin's article. John made a post also.
Mm-hmm. Do you think I forgot?
Come early if you want to sit next to Will or I.
I'm going to be wearing my Tua jersey. I was debating whether to wear my Tua, my Ronnie Brown, or my Dan Marino, but like...
You got to wear a current player.
There you go. Tua.
When your team is playing.
Yeah.
If he's on this roster.
Hopefully he's on the roster to the end of the season. But yeah, I'm wearing my Tua jersey. Bring your NFL jerseys, folks. Support your team.
What did you say if I thought you forgot bowl predictions?
Yeah.
No
I
way.
didn't forget. I didn't forget bowl predictions. I'll let you... Since you're back, and I'm being gracious, I'll let you choose what division you'll do this week. I'll even let you choose the division I do this week.
That gives me too many options, and I'm a little tired right now. So you
That
just
is
tell me what
true.
division you want me to do.
You want me to do the division you're going to do?
Yeah.
1.
1? Okay.
Yeah. And I'm going to do division 2.
Okay.
You go first or I go first? Division 2. No, Jagger Bomb. Red Raiders, nice TDs.
Okay, I got one.
Okay, you go first. Division 1.
Oh, no, it's a little mean. It's not realistic because they're too bold.
No. Bro, we could take it. What were you talking about?
It's your Dolphins I was going to talk about.
Oh, that's fine. Bro, you're a Cowboys fan. Whatever fun you make fun of is... We don't listen to irrational Cowboys fans anyways, bro. It's chill.
Hold on. Okay, no. Let me see.
If you want me to go a bold prediction, I'll say that... nice TDs will score more points against Red Raiders than the Cowboys will the entire season.
Okay. And
Yes, for it. That's not actually my prediction.
I'll say Tua will throw more interceptions than Steve throws touchdowns in his 2 Outlaws games combined.
So you think he'll throw 3 picks or more?
No, Steve's going to throw
A touchdown in each game?
more than that.
Okay, wait a minute. Wow, that is bold. Okay, I like it.
I mean, yours is even more bold, I think.
No.
There's more chances to throwing like 10 picks and the Cowboys scoring like 30 points all season.
But we got
when they had the best offense last year.
You're capping, bro. Okay, I like that. I'll do a bold prediction as well.
Having Tyreek Hill does not make you not throw interceptions.
Yes, because you're throwing to Tyreek Hill, and when you target him, it's a touchdown or a catch.
Or an interception because you're underthrowing him.
Impossible. I'm going to say... Fine, you want to go there? Let's go there. Thunder Buddies Marvels. Okay, I'm going to say that in the Thunder Buddies Marvels first drive...
For the team the first drive of the game?
For both teams combined.
Okay.
So that's a maximum of how many yards?
90? Well, it could be like 98 if they get sacked or penalties and stuff like that.
And that's max, right?
Yeah.
Dak Prescott will throw for less yards than that against the Bucs on Sunday Night Football.
He's going to throw for less than 100 yards.
Yes. And it's possible that we go 4 and out, and they go 4 and out, and it's 0, right? Right?
Okay. Yeah.
So that's my bold prediction.
But you know Dak Prescott's like, even though you don't find he's a great quarterback, he does throw for a lot of yards. You don't think he's a great quarterback, but...
I don't think he's bad.
But you do know that, like, he almost broke, like, a record before he got injured. You know, like, he does throw for a lot of yards. Regardless of the Cowboys, you find them good or not.
Yeah.
Like, Prescott, like, whether it's garbage time or whatever it is, he accumulates a lot of yards.
He's probably the best quarterback that doesn't come up big in big games. I'll give him that.
The best quarterback doesn't come big up in games?
Like, for a guy that doesn't play well when it matters, he's probably the best quarterback.
What about Aaron Rodgers in the last 10 years? He's won 3 MVPs. He's played so well during the season and doesn't make it to the big game. You can't even compare not showing up in big games when you're comparing those two, right?
That's fair.
When you're comparing to their regular season accolades.
I would argue that the Cowboys had a heck of a receiving core in comparison to what the Packers had, even with Devontae Adams.
Well, Rodgers also had, like, Randall Cobb and...
Randall Cobb, who just came out of his wheelchair
I'm
to
saying
retirement.
the last 10 years, before he left him the first time. And the other receiver, Jordy Nelson. He once had Jordy Nelson, Randall Cobb, and Devontae Adams on the team.
He did win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, but that was before having the 3 of them on the team together.
So having even a worse receiving core.
Okay.
All that to say, I'll give a compliment to Prescott, bro.
Not really.
I was saying, like, of a guy who doesn't perform well and his team needs him to perform well, he's the best of those quarterbacks. It's like saying the best of a tier 2 quarterback. That's a fairly good compliment.
Okay, well, at least he performs well at some point in the season.
Bro, it's all going to be... Bro, it's 2 his year. He's going to slide into the radar until this Sunday. It's all going to be good, fans. Don't worry.
Maybe he should start throwing with his right hand.
Who, Tua?
Yeah.
It's possible because his dad forced him to throw with his left hand.
Why?
You know the story?
No.
And his dad wanted him... Like, he's actually right-handed.
Different?
Yeah, he's right-handed. He writes with his right hand.
So why do you force him to throw with his left?
You know what's with his right hand, but he throws with his left.
Why did he force him to throw with his left?
I guess because they're tougher to read as a defense.
That explains the interceptions, I guess.
Oh, yeah, his first 2 seasons, hasn't been anything to write home about. But there's a lot of good 1 o'clock NFL games.
A lot of good ones?
And a lot of divisional matchups this weekend. A ton.
Like who and who?
Where you got the Vikings and the Packers. By the way, that's my bold prediction: is the Packers will not make the playoffs this year. Then you got Dolphins, Patriots. You got Pittsburgh, Cincinnati. You got the Colts, Texans. You got the Saints,
Raiders, Chargers,
Falcons. You got Raiders, Chargers. There's another one. Maybe that's it. We're giving our Super Bowl picks? Now we got to do that. I mentioned it. You have one in mind?
No.
Slacker. I won't give mine then. We'll leave that next week. Is that the only divisional matchups there are? 49ers. Steelers, Bengals we talked about.
Jacksonville, Washington's going to be a good game.
The under 44, bro. I would have taken the 14. But Kansas City, Arizona. Solid games. Solid games in NFL this weekend.
Yeah.
But you know what I saw even more solid games? Saturday, MFL football, baby. From 9:30 to 5. No, it's still 6:30.
Yeah.
The time is changing soon, right?
Yes.
Okay, we'll talk about it when we need to talk about that.
Yeah.
Let me get the final announcement.
What final announcement?
Sunday. Where should the folks be?
Champs Bar on Sonora. 12:45.
Sharp. Folks, hope you enjoyed the episode. Terry, it was great having you back. I missed you this much. I'm sure you missed me a lot more. We'll see you Saturday, folks. And we'll see you Sunday, folks. See you at the fields.
See you there.
Don't be square.